Anybody can achieve at water skiing. Doesn't matter what your disability. You can learn to ski and you can compete if you want. If somebody's in a wheelchair, then we start off by skiing them in something very similar to a surf ski, which is towed initially. That gives them their water experience. We then move them on to a giant water ski, and that will introduce them to seated skiing in a fun way. And then we can move on to a can ski. It's a proper slalom shaped ski with a cradle on the top which you can sit yourself in, and that will take you all the way from novice skiing right up to going through a full slalom course at full speed.
Okay, hit it. Been skiing for 8 years now. When I was first in my chair, I just wanted to find something to do, something active, and I came along on a novice day and been hooked ever since. Just enjoyed the freedom that being out of the water gave me, leaving my wheelchair behind and doing something that I never thought I'd be able to do. It just gave me a whole different outlook of life in a wheelchair. I have had the most fantastic last few years competing. I've travelled the world, seen lots of things I wouldn't have seen, met lots of people I would have never met if I hadn't done it.
If you've got a leg that won't bend, or perhaps that's missing, then we have the Edge triple bar with a very, very large handle, an instructor on both sides. We can get the skier up, and when they're comfortable and they're balanced, the instructor can slide their handle apart, reducing the amount of support that they're giving, and eventually the pupil skis alone.
Probably the hardest part of skiing on one leg is having to stand on one leg, so it has to build up the strength in that one leg. Obviously balance is a little bit of a factor, but most of the techniques that you use are the same as if you had two legs.
When we find a new problem for somebody that wants to water ski, that's our challenge. There's no challenge we won't rise to. Anybody at all can water ski.
I've got no elbow on this arm and I've only got 2 fingers and a thumb, so I've got a special handle where it's longer for this arm, shorter for this arm. I found straight bar difficult because I was slanted from the way my arm's shorter than the other arm. That affected my balance. So the club customised a handle, so I had 2 separate handles, one longer than the other, so I could stand up and ski straight. I can water ski a lot easier now because it's easier for me to hold on.
People probably think it would be difficult for me because I'm one-handed, so they think, oh, maybe he wouldn't be able to hold on, but it's not actually that hard. They gave me this thing called a Delga sling.
The leverage of the contraption actually makes up for his missing hand. Should Daniel fall, let go with his good hand, the gadget will instantly release. Now that we've taught them to ski, they can go on and they can ski elsewhere. They can take their own equipment and they can ski, as I know both have done on holiday in the Med.